Welcome into Extra Innings. I am Ben McKee, joined by Ryan Schumpert. Tennessee did not go into extra innings today in their opener at the College World Series here in Omaha, but we are going to go into extra innings. And Schumpert, to me, the story of the game was Tennessee did not take advantage of early opportunities, and they had many early opportunities. 3 times over the first 6 innings did Tennessee have at least 2 runners on base and no outs, and Tennessee did not score a single run at all.
No, I mean, it was huge. You have the first inning opportunity. I mean, you're facing a guy that's going to be probably top 3 round pick at least, and you get him early, rattled a little bit, you can't capitalize, and then Abbott got into a rhythm after that and threw 3 or 4 really good innings. And then towards the end of his outing, Tennessee had back-to-back innings where they got the first 2 batters on, weren't able to take advantage, and I don't know if that itself was deflating, but I think that coupled with second and third chance being the 6th inning, top of the 7th, or Virginia scores 5. I think that combined was really deflating, and you really didn't see Tennessee respond after that, kind of the way they have all year.
Yes, and if you're Tennessee, you do have to tip the hat to Andrew Abbott. He was tremendous, 10 strikeouts, only 2 walks. He was just dominant. A lefty that Tennessee has struggled to hit all year. Tennessee's struggling to hit lefties all year. I believe you said that Tennessee was hitting .261 off of lefties entering the game, and sure, you kick yourself in the rear end because you did not take advantage of some of those early opportunities. But I don't think that it was because the moment was too big. I don't think it was a lack of effort. I don't think there was a pucker factor per se. I just think Andrew Abbott was really good.
No, I agree. And you look at him specifically. First inning, you got Drew Gilbert up, or Jake Rucker up. He doesn't get the job done. Then you have Drew Gilbert, who's not a very good put the ball in the contact player. And then later in the game, you look at some of the guys you had up, and I don't think it's necessarily who you wanted. Second opportunity, you have the Liam Spence, who's exactly who you wanted. He hits the ball hard right at second baseman. There's not a whole lot you can do there. Max Ferguson hits the ball at the middle that 7 times, 8 times out of 10 is probably a hit, even if they get to the ball. It's a great play by the shortstop. And so some tough luck, good plays by Virginia, and just some tough opportunities.
Yeah, in the midst of Tennessee squandering 3 different opportunities over the first 6 innings, again with at least 2 runners on and no outs, it was a close game. You had the early home run in which Chad Dallas hung a curveball, and Logan Michaels, Virginia's catcher, just took it deep. Of course, in natural Tennessee fashion, his first home run of the season. I don't believe he had a hit all of regionals or super regionals?
Super regionals. It had 3 hits today, 2 RBI hits.
Yes, so it was a close game, 1-0 throughout the first 6 innings. And then after kind of that final time that Tennessee squandered a golden opportunity, the floodgates opened, and it kind of, you could really feel the momentum shift. And Chad Dallas, I think, was good for most of his outing. Only threw 63-ish pitches, I believe is what he finished at. He was good for 90% of those pitches, and just the momentum shifting, it felt like those squandered opportunities were so demoralizing, and it kind of carried over to the defensive side, and for Virginia, the top half of the inning.
And it was an uncharacteristic bad inning for Tennessee, because typically when that's come this year, if you guys get on, big home run, couple big swings, it was hit after hit. Virginia was still in bases, and I think that kind of, Connor Pavoloni downplayed it, but I think that kind of added to the toll. It was a long inning where things went wrong and wrong and wrong. I think it was 5 or 6 hits in a row. You finally get a double play to get out of it. But there was nothing at any point to stop the momentum. And on Chad, I thought he was really solid. It was a very clear emphasis from Virginia. They were going to get in the box and be ready to hit him. A lot of 1-2 pitch at bats. And I think if there's a positive to take from the game, it's that he only threw 63 pitches. And if Tennessee finds a way to claw itself back to to get into the College World Series game. I don't know what that round's called. The semifinal, you get in where you had to beat Texas or Mississippi State or whoever it is going to be twice. You have Chad Dallas that could potentially go on Friday.
Yes, and maybe Virginia makes it to the winner's bracket of this particular side of the bracket. And that 7th inning was the difference in the game. That was the game. Aside from the squandered opportunities early on, Chad Dallas struggled there at the beginning of that inning. Sean Hunley comes in, and he really isn't able to stop the bleeding either. Virginia scores 4 runs that inning on 6 hits. And after that, it just felt like kind of all the air and Tennessee's balloons were just gone. And uncharacteristically, again, I don't think Tennessee gave up. I don't think Tennessee stopped playing hard. It's just they didn't have that same bulldog in them, I guess you could say. It was just a different Tennessee team than we've seen this season. And I don't think it's poor effort. I just think the poor play on the field and a lack of conviction, as Tony Vitello talked about, as Connor Pavoloni talked about, it made it look like they weren't playing with a ton of effort. It made it look like the moment was too big.
Definitely, and you look, bottom of the 7th inning, Jake Rucker works a leadoff walk, and Drew Gilbert hits the ball almost down, right foul down the first base line. That I don't know if it scores Rucker, but at least you have second and third. And that's just another moment that knocks the winds out of your sails. It looks like you have something going. You're going to be able to have a chance to get a few runs and claw back in it. Doesn't happen. Gilbert ends up striking out in that at bat, and Tennessee just didn't have anything after that top of the 7th inning.
Yep. 3 squandered opportunities for Tennessee's offense led to a momentum shifting. I'll use the word demoralizing. I don't know if it's Tony Vitello or Connor Pavoloni. They didn't like the word demoralizing, but I think that big 7th inning, 4 runs on 6 hits by Virginia, kind of took the wind out of Tennessee's sails, and it was game over after that. So Tennessee now awaits the loser of Mississippi State and Texas. That game is about to be played over my right shoulder, over Shumper's left shoulder. I guess technically both of our shoulders. That game is about to be played. Tennessee will play the loser of that game on Tuesday at 2 p.m. Eastern. Tennessee will now have to win 4 games in a row if they're going to make it out of the losers bracket and make it to the College World Series Championship Series. So this has been Extra Innings here at TD Ameritrade Park in Omaha. He's Ryan Shumper. I'm Ben McKee.